was cracking, everybody? New video. So today, I decided that I would tell a story that I had hinted at a while back and that people have asked me for ever since. And this is the story of when I got down with, the two biggest dudes in Paso, me and my homeboy got down with, okay? But I'm going to talk about my fight with Chinaman from 11 Deuce Hoover. Shout out to Damon. Hopefully you're healthy, you're still around, because I know how shit can be. But so this is how it happened. This is what led up to everything. So I was in Paso. It was 1991, I believe. And they had just finished running showers. Everybody's in the dorm on their bunks and shit. And they're running, they're calling mail call. They're doing mail call, right? So right before they let us out of the dorm to get ready for chow, for dinner, I got a letter. I got a letter from one of my homeboys, right? This dude's like my brother. And so I was like, oh, hell yeah, the homie bro. So I opened the letter, right? And from the very, very first sentence, I knew something had went wrong. Okay? And when I say by it went wrong, in the first sentence, he was mentioning Jesus Christ, right? And this was my road dog. This is somebody that was a straight fool, you know what I mean? And so when I read the letter, bottom line, the letter was this: that he had found the Lord and that he was happy and he was at peace and he wished the best for me. Now, being 16 years old, I think I was 16, 17, whatever I was, being a complete knucklehead, I found no happiness in my homeboy finding happiness. Instead, I was infuriated. I knew that I was going to get into it with somebody that night because, hurt people hurt people. That's what they say, right? And it's the truth. So I'm going to keep it real. I've told you guys before about YA racism. The dorm that I was on, Napoleon, was probably the most racist dorm in the institution. So I kind of figured I was going to get down with one of the blacks that day, right? We were so outnumbered, you know what I mean? And so we went out to the yard. We're waiting for chow, right? And I was mad dogging people, and I had my attitude, like is people know when somebody's ready to go. You know what I mean? Ready to get off. And it was a homie, Osito from Playboys. He walked up to me and he was like, "Hey, you good, homie?" And I was like, boom, I handed him the envelope, right? And he reads it real quick, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Are you close to him?" And I go, "That's my dog." And he goes, "Well, fuck, homie, fuck it. Be happy for him, man. Don't trip on it." And I was like, fuck that. And I remember looking around, man, and I told him, I'm going to get down with one of these dudes tonight. And I was referring to the blacks, right? Just keeping it 100. That's how it was back then. And I was like, I'm going to get down with one of these fools tonight. When they announced chow, we're all heading in to the building to go out the front door, right? And this one dude, he was a Crip. He was playing with a dude from MS, right? And he told him something like, "Hey, I'm going to get you a towel." And the dude from MS said, "For what?" And he goes, "For that water on your back." And when he said that, I immediately went towards him and Osito grabbed me. And I was like, "Nah, let me go." And the Crip saw me, right? And he was like, "What are you tripping on?" And then I was like, "Fuck you." You know what I mean? You want to play that shit? You want to play that racist shit? We're going to get down, this and that. And he was like, "Well, we could get down." And I told him, we definitely, as soon as we come back from chow, we're getting down. So we agreed to that, right? And then I was mad at the dude from MS because you guys, like back then, that dudes from MS, they were MS stoners still. And so they used to say straight out, we ain't Mexican. We don't run with you guys. We don't want to have nothing to do with you guys. So it was like he should have took off immediately instead of giggling about it. He thought it was funny, right? I didn't. So I go to chow. And I have it in my mind, as soon as we go back, I'm going to rush this fool, fuck this motherfucker, this and that. So we go and we sit down at the table, right? And I'm in the zone, right? And it was me, and it was to my right, which was perfect for me because I'm southpaw. To my right was Chinaman. And across from me was a homie, and to the left of me was a wood, right? So I sit down and I grab my milk carton off my tray and I put it in front of me, right? And surprisingly, Chinaman reached over and grabbed my milk and put it in front of his tray, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Now, let me say, Chinaman and I, as cool as a Mexican from Southern California and a black could be, we were that cool. Like, as cool as they could be, we were. Me and him were cool with each other. We used to bullshit with each other, And I guess he felt he was playing, but the thing was, the way the rules were, once he touched that milk was no good. I couldn't drink the milk. But it wasn't that. It's you don't grab nothing of nobody else's, right? So when he slid the milk in front of him, I looked at him and I was like, you fucking crazy? And he's just staring at me, right? And I said, hey, check this out, huh? Put my milk back in front of me. And he just kept staring at me. And this was unlike this dude, especially with me, right? He was humongous though. So I don't know if he was feeling frisky that night or something. But anyways, now one thing that is normally frowned upon is for a Mexican to explain himself to a black dude in YA, right? But like I said, me and him were cool. So I said, look, I don't got to explain shit to you, eh? You already know what time it is. I said, me and you are cool. I said, but I got a fucked up letter. I'm pissed off about it. I'm already going to fuck this dude up over here. Put my milk back or it's going to be on. And his big ass just kept staring at me, right? And I said, this is what I'm going to do. I said, I'm going to count to 3. And if my milk is not in front of my tray, I'm going to get off on you. I said, 1, 2. I said, you ain't going to put that milk back? He said, I don't hear 3, essay. I was like, well, in my head, I was like, well, it's not going to be the other guy. It's going to be this guy. So I go, well, this is what I'm going to do for you. I said, I'm going to start my count all over in case you want to get off. But as I'm talking to him, there's still tables, and in between your feet, there's a pipe, holding your seat up. And it connects to the table. So what I did is, as I'm talking to him, I'm wrapping my left leg around that pole and using it to plant and push off of, right? Because this dude is huge. And I'm starting to turn slowly as I'm talking to him, turn and position my body to where I'm really trying to punch his whole head off his body, right? And I said, 1, 2, bah! That's all I got to. 2, bah! When I tell you that I was blown away that his head was still on his body, I hit that dude dead in his mouth. This fool head flew back and bam, with his head, he grabbed the table to stop from falling, right? But my shock only lasted for a split second, because when that left didn't knock him all the way out to the floor, the right came, the left, the right, the left. I pummeled this dude. When it was said and done, he threw one punch. He landed one punch right here. I had knocked his teeth out right here. But in YA, see, I had done that a few times. If you knock somebody's teeth out in YA, a lot of times, if they can, they'll put them back in. And so he had that thing done where I knocked these teeth out and they put a little bar here through the teeth and here. So that's how we saved his teeth. But I had busted his eye open here and knocked his teeth out. And that was the story of me fighting Chinaman. The thing is, you know, that night, I think it was the energy that I had brought around myself. He probably saw like, oh, this was on a good one. And he was so big and I was small. I guess he thought like, let's check it out. And he got a lot more than he bargained for. And it's funny because we wound up going later. I got sent to the hole for that, to the SHU. Over there it's called, instead of SHU, it's IWP. And I was there. And I had already been there. And I just went back, right? I just got out and then boom, I'm going right back. And Chinaman got sent there like 2 weeks later. And no, I don't want to make Chinaman look bad. That's not the intention. But when he got there the next day, staff pulled me out and they were like, damn, that's the dude you fucked up? And I was like, yeah. And they go, well, we pulled you out because he wanted to make sure everything was still cool. And I started laughing. I was like, what? And they go, yeah, he said that. You know, you guys were always cool. You know, he had a bad day. You had a bad day. You know, he just wants to do his program and get back out there and this and this and that. And I was like, well, tell him I won. Like, why would I be mad? If he's good with it, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Chinaman was always fighting. And I got him that day. But it's trip out on this. So right after that, a little while later, the Bulls and the Lakers are in the finals. 1991, Bulls' first championship, right? And this fool was woofing. Because in YA, you could gamble against the Blacks, right? And he's woofing. I got the Lakers. I took the bet. Got him for all his stamps. And that fool was like, he took a lap with me on the yard. And he was like, man, can you give me some time? Because I really don't have all those stamps. He goes, I didn't expect nobody to bite. I was woofing on the tier. Your crazy ass jumped out there and took the bet. I couldn't back down. I said, you're good. I'll just make sure I get those. And I did. And so anyways, I know that's probably anticlimactic, but people that ask me, why did I get down with the Hoover? I always liked the Hoovers in there too. The Hoovers were fools, eh? But that was just one of those things where I think he thought he was playing, because that's what he told me in the hole. He goes, man, I thought I was just playing with you, man, but I forgot, you know, once I touched your milk. And I was like, homie, why'd you say I don't hear 3 essay? I go, that triggered it right there. It was like, okay, that other dude I really wanted to get, you're getting his issue now. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's a damn shame that somebody finding peace and happiness led me to hatred and violence. You know what I mean? That's just a glimpse, I guess, into the type of mentality that I had, and I feel that the majority of us had in YA at that time. You know, it was like, nah, you bang, you represent your neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's you don't get a chance to be happy. You don't get a chance to have peace. You know what I mean? You just get off, which was stupid. And I don't know, I'm not gonna keep going. But there you go. This is one of my longest videos. I don't like making long videos. Hopefully you guys liked it. Let me know in the comment section. But with that, I'm out.